House, and he did the same. He had been a student at Oxford University and was now on the way back home to visit his mother.
Yes.
I'm on my way to Yarmouth to visit the Peggotties, I explained. But then planned to make a decision about my career. It would be great fun if you would join me on my visit. Splendid, says Steerforth. But if you are in no hurry, why not stop at my home in Highgate for a day or two first? I should like that very much, I replied. We arrived at Highgate and I was introduced to an elderly lady with a proud and handsome face. That was Mrs. Steerforth.
喝水水啊。
With her was a companion, Miss Rosa Dartle,
太阳。
a thin, dark-haired young woman with a scar on her lip.
不要抢，不要抢。
Steerforth surprised me when he said he was responsible for a scar. When I was young, she angered me and I threw a hammer at her.
妹妹，
Some
喝水是
angel
这
I
样
must
喝，
have
妹
been,
妹。
but she loves me anyway, he said, laughing and raising
自然
the
天
wine
象
on。the table. Come, Copperfield, enough of the past. Let us drink to our trip together. And next page. Steerforth's servant, a respectable-looking man named Littimer, had been working for Steerforth since his university day. During my stay, he waited on both of us. He brought the horses where Steerforth gave me riding lessons. He brought the foils when Steerforth gave me fencing lessons, and he brought gloves when Steerforth taught me to box. On my arrival in the town of Yarmouth, we checked into a hotel and spent the night. Before I was even up the next morning, Steerforth had already been out strolling the beach, meeting all the boatmen in town. He came running in excitedly as I was sitting down for breakfast, crying breathlessly. I'm sure I've seen Mr. Peggotty's boathouse. It's just as you described it. I was almost tempted to walk in and introduce myself as David Copperfield, grown old beyond recognition. But then I decided to let you go to your owners alone first, and you cried over for a couple of hours. So go on ahead. I'll join you there later.
地上东西不要
And
吃
then
哦
we。can go up to the boathouse together. It had been 7 years since Peggotty had seen me. Even though I written to her constantly
不
all
放嘴
the
巴里
time.
什么东
So
西放
when
嘴
she
巴
came to answer my knock
No,
at her cottage door, she asked politely, "What are you wanting, sir?" In my best rough voice, I answered, "I'd like some information about a house in Blunderstone, the Copperfield house." Peggotty took a step back and her hand flew to her face. "My darling boy," she cried.
快点，爸
"My
爸，
Peggotty," I cried to her, and we both burst into
爸爸一直
tears,
在念，快来啦！
locked in each other's arms. Marcus was ill in bed with rheumatism, but he greeted me with almost as enthusiastically as Peggotty did. We
看，
spent several hours talking about the old times when I carried his Marcus is willing messages.
看看看，
Steerforth joined us a while later, and his easy-spirited, good humor, fine manners, and
好快，好
handsome
快。
look won Peggotty's heart
Yes, yes.
in minutes. At 8 o'clock, we started for the boat house to see Mr. Peggotty, Emily, and Ham. The door was unlatched and we quietly entered. Mr. Peggotty was sitting by the fire.
No,
Emily
no.
and Ham were opposite him, their hands locked in each other, talking excitedly about something that brought joy to the old man, and had Miss Gummidge clapping her hands wildly. The next instant, Ham was on her feet crying, It's Mars, Davy." Everyone jumped up and we were all shaking hands and talking all at once and laughing. We soon joined him at the fire, and Ham told us with a blush that he and Emily were to be married. We congratulated them and then talked, and laughed over Steerforth's
你也
story
讲，你也
for
讲，
hours.
你讲，笨笨，
Emily's
妈妈说你
eyes
笨笨，
were fastened
你讲，
on
你讲，
Steerforth.
你讲，
All the while he was talking.
你讲。
Soon she mustered up
打开嘛，宝贝，打开，
enough
打开，打开，
courage
打
to
开
join in，our conversation.
打开，打开拍，拍拍手，
Steerforth was quite taken
拍拍
with
手，
the
拍拍手，
family,
打
and
开，打
especially
开
with，Emily. But
打
he did
开。
remark later, when we were alone, that
对，
perhaps
棒棒
too much of，
这个
a
棒棒
blockhead。for her. I was shocked at the cold remark, but seeing a laughing twinkle in his eye, I decided he was just joking. We stayed in Yarmouth for more than a fortnight. Steerforth went boating often with Mr. Peggotty when I went back several times to visit my childhood home at
你讲，你讲。
Blunderstone. There were great changes there. The Mudstones no longer lived in the house. The garden had run wild, and half the windows in the house were shut up. The
Yes.
graves beneath the tree were both my parents and my tiny half-brother brought feelings of sadness to me. One evening when I returned from one of my trips to Blundertown, I found Steerforth alone in Mr. Peggotty's house. His face was dark as he sat staring at the fire. When he saw me, he raised his head. I've bought a boat,
爸爸在
he
讲
said,
故事，
with
对。
his usual good-natured smile returning to his face. Mr. Peggotty will master it for me while I'm away. Little May
Try to
will
start it,
come
yeah.
down to
哦，小心小心，没事没事，没有啊。啊，好赞！
对。
妈妈说你刚刚那个转弯转得好，
see
那转弯
the
转得
new
好。
sails and to have me. I know, you feel very cold.
I know，爸爸说不用穿衣
I'm
服。
calling her Little Emily. With Steerforth having such good news, I couldn't understand why he had been sitting at the fire with such a scowl. With a scowl on his face. And why did
High
he
five.
name the boat Little Emily? Let me see. At Peggotty's house. Later that night, I met a friend of Emily's. Her name was Martha. And she and Emily had known each other since they were children. Martha was in some kind of trouble and I come to Emily for help. Emily
厕所
wept
怎么啦？
as she heard Martha's story.
有什么不
Then
一样
we
吗？
gave the poor girl what money she could so that Martha could go to London and
我
begin her life.
哪里是我？哥哥哪里是我？对，墙壁。
I chose a career, chapter 8. Steerforth and I left Yarmouth the next day. Peggotty and the family saw us off, and
Ah.
many seafaring men
好，跟着
who
你，
had
妹妹，
become
你叫妹妹
Steerforth
跟着
friends
你。
came to bid him goodbye. For a time, Steerforth and I held no
What?
conversation in the coach. After a while,
来了来
Steerforth
了
said, "Now that you have had breathing time, have you decided on a career?" Not exactly. I thought
跟
about
哥哥
being
去，你跟哥哥去。
a business agent. Steerforth just told me all
No， 不拿脏脏嘛。No， 脏。好，谢谢妈妈的鞋，shoe，slipper。快点啦，爸爸在里面讲了很多。妈给妈妈，shoe，妈妈穿 shoe， 给妈妈穿 shoe， 穿，谢谢。你不要听爸爸讲故事哦。嗯。哥哥踮脚。哥哥 flat feet。对你 flat feet 你也弄得到啊，你够高了，你 flat feet。
It was a wonderfully fine thing to have that lofty castle
妹想来玩一下。
to walk about the town with the key to my house in my pocket. Only at night did I become lonely. I wanted someone to talk to then. And I thought of Agnes and the days I lived at the Wickfields, how I missed her. Next day, a note came from Agnes. She was visiting friends
妹妹
in
你也想？
London with her father in
可以呀、
Uriah Heep, and she wanted to see me. I hurried to
妹妹自
the
己在。
hotel that very afternoon. Agnes greeted me warmly, and I could see that something was troubling her. Then she explained that Uriah Heep had persuaded her father to